Have you guys ever wondered what was the single best Bloodline rework? Well, look no further. In this video, you're about to find out. Also, as you notice, my room is actually different. I did move. We're going to get some cool fancy stuff in the background. If you want to suggest in the comments what to put in the background, feel free to do that. We'll be checking them out. Anyways, guys, get right to the video. I'm doing this video in light of all of the reworks that have been happening recently. A lot of the absolute trash Bloodlines in this game have been getting reworks, and that is amazing. There are so many good Bloodlines now that were used to be trash, and it's just an amazing thing that for this game. So that's why I'm making this video. Anyways, guys, get right to the video. All right, so coming in 12th place is going to be Okami. Okami is one of those Bloodlines that has just been always trash in Shindo Life, and my guess it always will be. It has that puppy dog sort of appeal. Like you want to pick up this Bloodline, cradle in your arms, and then when you realize how trash it is, you want to just, you know, drop kick it. You just want to go, ha, just drop kick it. You know what I'm saying? Not the dog, by the way. Animal abuse is bad. But yeah, Okami is actually, you know, really not a great Bloodline. It's had like 5 reworks, and every single one of the reworks hasn't really made the Bloodline better. At this rate, it's just going to be that Bloodline that's just always going to be one of the worst, if not the worst Bloodline in the game. There's definitely worse Bloodlines now, but it's definitely not a very good Bloodline in itself. And the moves are either super wonky, they don't really work correctly, they don't really have a use that other Bloodlines don't do better. It's just like a culmination of all that stuff. It's a super wonky, very unusable Bloodline in general. And I feel like what I would have to suggest in fixing this is make it like, just make it fun. Just go full fun mode. Don't care if it's good or not. And I think that's just the best way to balance it, because at this point, Okami is trash and not fun either. Now, coming to 11th place is going to be Lava. Lava for like 10 million years was the worst Bloodline in the game after they actually reworked Tailed Beast, so that Lava doesn't actually do that much damage to them anymore. But after they actually reworked Lava, Lava is actually pretty good now. The reason why it's going to be ranked 11th is because the rework, while it was really good, it was just kind of basic changes in all honesty. Like, they changed one of the moves entirely, and the other 2, they actually made them usable. So it wasn't the biggest rework in the world, but it definitely made Lava a ton better. And I think that's just going to be the reason why it's going to be, you know, 11th on this list and not last place, is because it actually made the Bloodline better. Now, coming to 10th place is going to be Minakami. The Minakami rework actually happened a long time ago. Minakami did receive a rework mainly to the mode and the abilities. So the abilities either were made better, they were changed, and the mode was changed entirely. The mode was actually overhauled. Yes, you heard that correctly, overhauled. That means the mode was completely gutted and then changed entirely. By gutted, I mean like just like taking everything out and then changed. Minakami now isn't the worst Bloodline in the game, but it definitely is a lot better than it was pre-rework, because pre-rework Minakami was like actually unusable. It was so doggone trash, man. Like literally doggone trash, like Okami level trash. That's like Minakami, man. It was so bad, it was unreal, and I'm really glad it's a lot better now. I heard if you like this video right now, you would get 50 million times luck getting the most overpowered rework in the game. Now, coming in 9th place is going to be Azarashi. Now, Azarashi is going to be coming in 9th because the rework basically made it Nature V2. If you guys don't know, the rework happened a long time ago. Azarashi actually used to be a much different Bloodline. The Azarashi now is, like I said, it's Nature V2. It's just the Nature common Bloodline, you know, but a little bit better. It has like very small chi seal. It has like a, you know, a better stun. It has, you know, the first ability that block breaks is a lot more consistent. The mode is a lot better because Nature doesn't have a mode. The mode of Azarashi is probably the best part of it, but the mode wasn't really reworked. It was just, you know, buffed. So Azarashi overall, the rework was pretty good, and I do think it deserves the 9th place on this list. Now, coming in 8th place is going to be Shadow. Now, Shadow needed the rework for so long. It wasn't a very, you know, big rework. It wasn't like a complete overhaul of the entire Bloodline. Everything changed, but they did actually make it more usable. They added more stun time to the 3rd move. They made it actually usable. A 2nd move was reworked to be actually a pull move, which actually can be good. It doesn't hit most of the time, which is unfortunate, but when it does work, it's actually a very fun move to use. And the 1st move is obviously just like a damage ragdoll move. It's not that great, but Shadow overall is a pretty decent Bloodline, and the rework was, you know, a lot better. So that's why it's going to be in 8th place on this list. Now, coming in 7th place is not only going to be the Sengoku, but Sengoku Inferno. Sengoku right here is, yeah, the rework really, it was a major rework. Like, I'm not gonna lie when I say that Sengoku, they completely changed the counter, completely changed the mode. It is undescribably different from the original Bloodline, and they also, you know, changed the visual stuff, which is actually very cool. I like the new visual effects. I think they're very cool. But the reason why Sengoku is not going to be that high on the list is because even though they did add that, they did add an ultimate mode, which is the 3rd mode of Sengoku. It really isn't good. Sengoku really is kind of trash. I think the counter is fine now after they reworked it, but the stun move, it kind of just takes, like, it's just super predictable. And there's also the place lock in the air. Actually, you can't M1 them, which is funny. You know, it used to be good for the simple reason it would place lock you in the air, but now it's bad, kind of bad for that reason. There's better place locks now. And then the first move has too much end lag to be usable whatsoever. The mode is fine. The mode isn't really, you know, the best in the world, but it's definitely not bad. But yeah, the rework clocking in a solid 7th place on this list. Now coming in 6th place is going to be the Inferno Bloodline. Inferno users rejoice, and people named Inferno rejoice. Inferno is actually mid now and not bad. So yeah, there's a dude in my server named Inferno. We were trolling him so hard for so long. But yeah, Inferno is yeah, it's still not the best in the game, but it is a lot better than it used to be. I'll go over the rework a little bit. It now has a flying move. The second move is now a flying move. Obviously a lot better. It's kind of like a smoke-ish move, but I'm pretty sure it does teleport you back, which is kind of weird. But the first ability is now a lot better. It's like an air combo starter. If you want to do air combos, you know, do some you know, sort of karate stuff to people, you can do it with Inferno now, which is actually pretty fun. The third move, Inferno, it's still pretty bad. All things considered, the third move, Inferno, is still pretty trash, but the other two moves did get that solid rework it needed. Inferno is actually mid now. Now, coming in 5th place in the top 5 every rework Bloodline list is going to be Tengoku. It's just honestly just a big damage Bloodline. I'm sure you guys have seen it by now. The rework did, you know, happen quite a while ago, but the Tengoku rework was huge. It made it actually very usable. I actually think Tengoku is by far one of the most fun Bloodlines in the game to use, and I'm sure a lot of people could actually agree with me. Tengoku is an extremely fun to use Bloodline. It has a lot going on for it. You know, overall, it's just really fun. There's not much else to say about it. It's just a damage oriented, very fun to use Bloodline. It has super high damage moves. The moves work really well in conjunction with one another. And the mode is actually very fun to use as well. I mean, giant laser beams coming out of you, you know? So yeah, Tengoku, honestly, is just super fun. I love Tengoku. Tengoku is by far one of my favorite Bloodlines, but it obviously does have its faults with not having an actual stun move and all that stuff. So yeah, solid 5th place. Now coming in 4th place is going to be the newest rework at Shindo Life, Diva Rengoku. It is now the, I'm sorry, I don't watch One Piece, so I'm sorry if this offends people. The tremor fruit, if I'm not mistaken. It's like the, it's the earthquake one where the dude like you know, makes like fractures in the air, or it might be the rumble fruit. Oh no, One Piece, no. But yeah, jokes aside, it actually is basically the fruit now. They actually did completely overhaul Diva Ren. The new skin is also very nice as well. It's a very cool skin. I do actually really like this skin. I like Whitebeard. He's a very cool character. Even though I haven't watched One Piece, I do watch fight scenes. So when it comes to Diva Ren, the first ability is obviously a very good, well, not very good, it's just kind of a good move. It launches a ball towards people. Projectile speed's a little bit too slow in my opinion, but it does block break, it does ragdoll, do all that stuff. It's an okay ability if you don't have a counter. Second move is probably one of the better moves of Diva Ren. It's a pull move where it pulls people to you. It's instant. Obviously a very good move for combo extending people. You know, you guys know how good pull moves are in this game. Now the third move is kind of the worst one of the entire Bloodline. It's just very inconsistent as a move. Even though it is cool, it's just very inconsistent. There's not much else to say about it. Very inconsistent Bloodline move, but it is very cool. Like I said, the mode is kind of like a mixed bag. The C-spec counter is very, you know, I do not like it when there's counters on a C-spec because you have to right mouse button C. I don't think Rail Games takes that into account sometimes, that if a counter is on the C-spec, it needs to be better than a counter on a Bloodline slot or a throwable. It actually needs to be a lot better because the fact you have to right mouse button C, it makes it significantly harder to use in actual combat, because most of the time when you use a counter, it's going to be in a time where you don't have time to go bing bong, bing bong. You can't really do that. So the counter overall is okay, but it's very hard to actuate. Now the weapon spec, I do think the range should definitely be increased on the weapon spec. It's a very short range move, mainly meant for M1 combo extending. The M1s do drain chi. So yeah, that's all there is about Diva Ren. It's a very cool rework, and I actually do really like it. Now coming in 3rd place is going to be Ashen Storm. Very, very, very unexpected. Now is it? Ashen Storm received an absolutely major rework, like huge rework. Like the first move, Ashen Storm, is now amazing. I do think Ashen Storm deserves to have a broken move. It's been trashed for over a year now. Let it be in the spotlight for at least like a few weeks, man. Ashen Storm obviously is a really good Bloodline now. The first move is an air combo starter that actually, I'm pretty sure, bypasses block too. Pretty good move overall. I think the second move is one of the worst ones in my opinion. I think it's still the move where it goes like, and like, you know, it's a dragon slam move, all that stuff. The third move is actually pretty good now. I do think the third move, they did make it better, but it still does have its faults, of course, that the original move had, but it is a lot better. Now the mode is like the super major overhaul to this. The C-spec, I'm pretty sure it's white balls slamming down from the sky. eye on people. It has a super short cooldown as well, and it does do quite a bit of damage to people, so it's very spammy damage move. And then obviously the web spec is the old C spec. So Asher Storm coming in at a solid 3rd place on this list. Now coming in 2nd place is going to be none other than Ren Shiki. The Ren Shiki rework. People kind of hated on this rework. It deserved it. Ren Shiki needed that rework for so long now, man. Ren Shiki needed the rework. That's all I'm going to say. Ren Shiki needed it. I mean, like, the counter move of Red Cheeky's a lot better because it now damages people. The second move is a lot better. I do not like the fact that it's, you know, ground locked. I don't think that's very good. But the third move is actually good now. You know, very surprising to say that. And then you obviously do actually have the mode. Now, obviously, the second mode is significantly better than the first mode because, you know, it has overpowered abilities. C-Spec does tons of damage. Web Spec's very good as well. Richie honestly has a lot going on for it. I do think it's a very solid 2nd place Bloodline on this list. Now, coming in 1st place is going to be Ren Goku. I'm sure you guys were watching this list from start to finish going, where's Ren Goku? I haven't seen Ren Goku yet. Well, that's because it's first. Ren Goku rework was obviously not only the coolest rework in the game, it was the best rework in the game. It made this Bloodline super cool. It has one of the most unique modes in the entire game. Super versatile overall, and obviously is a very good mode now. And the actual abilities are also quite cool. First move is one of the first charge moves in the game besides Pika 3rd, and then you obviously do have the second move, very good pull move. Obviously you guys know that already, I don't need to explain that. And then the third move, I actually don't like Rengoku 3rd. I think it's the worst part of the entire Bloodline, but Rengoku, obviously the rework was absolutely amazing. I love the rework, I love the Bloodline, and I don't look like Obi-Wan. Stop saying that. Now I wanted to just throw this in real quick on this list. It's not actually part of the list because it's not really a big rework, but Naramaki did receive some changes which are very cool. Second mode, obviously off the timer, it's a very good change. I do very approve of it. It's very nice. But overall, Naramaki is still not that great of a Bloodline, but it definitely is a lot better than it used to be. Do not get me wrong, I actually think it's very usable now, and if people actually want to use Naramaki, go for it, man. Anyways guys, it's actually here for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, remember to like, subscribe, guys. Bye bye.